Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by again. And if this is your first time on this channel, you're definitely welcome. Do well to subscribe and smash on the notification bell so that you get to see more of my content whenever I upload it. All right, and today I'm gonna show you how to make this really simple and chic shift dress. All right, this shift dress with this pocket details. And without further ado, let's get started. So guys, for the main dress, we are going to be making use of this batik material, and for the details on it, we are going to be making use of this thick silk. So right here guys, I've already gone ahead to cut out the piece that we're going to use for the back and also for the front piece. So what this means is that we are going to be drafting both the front piece and the back piece together, and without wasting much of our time, I'll just go ahead and draft a basic bodice on this pattern, on this material I mean. And if you don't know how to go about this, just go ahead and watch the previous video on this channel. I'll also drop a link in the description box below. So right here I have this line that is going to carry the armhole. All right, and here's the waistline, this is the hip line, and the next thing I'm going to do is to start imputing the body measurement starting from the bust point. I'm going to put the circumference measurement divided by 4 plus ease allowance of 1 inch and seam allowance of 1 inch, and I'll repeat the same process on the waist and also on the hip area. And on the hem area, I'll just go ahead and impute the same thing on the hip area. All right, and next I'll just go ahead and connect all the dots together. And up next, I'll just go ahead and create the armhole curve for the front and the back. And here I'm creating the neckline for the front, and I'm going to be using 3 inches by 3 inches for the front, and for the back I'm going to be using 1.5 by 3 inches for the back. And right here we have our shift dress pattern drafted out, and the next thing I'm going to do is just to go ahead and cut out the unwanted part. And first I'm going to just go ahead and cut out the back neckline. And here I'll just go ahead and mark on the wrong side of the back piece. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is just to cut the front neckline, and I also go ahead and trim off the armhole. Remember that the front armhole is always deeper than the back armhole, so here I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the excess on the armhole part here. And right here guys, I went ahead to cut a facing for the front piece, and I also went ahead to cut for the back piece also. And up next we are going to work on the front piece, and we are going to create the details that we have on our style inspiration. So guys, you have to make sure that your center line is very visible. You can go ahead and iron it so that you know where the center line is. And here I have a long stripe that I've already gone ahead to iron. So here guys, the wideness of this stripe is actually 3.5. What I had in mind is actually 3 inches, but because the material is not stable at all, I ended up cutting 3.5 inches for the wideness. All right, so you can stick to 3 inches for the wideness. Then you're going to fold by half an inch on both sides, and as for the length, it is as long as the dress itself. Okay, and the next thing to do is to place our stripe on the right side of the dress. Okay, so I'm going to measure 4.5 inches away from the center line. All right, and I'll do this all the way down. All right, just make sure that you hold the stripe with a pin while you are confirming whether you have 4.5 inches. Of course, you can just go ahead and freestyle and you know, place the stripe where you think works for you, but 4.5 inches was okay here. And after securing your stripe, the next thing to do is just to go ahead and neatly top stitch on the stripe, and that's exactly what I've done here. The next thing to do is to work on the pocket details, and for the pocket I have 7 inches by 6 inches pattern here. All right, the length is 7 inches and the width is 6 inches. And here for the pocket cover I have 4 inches by 6 inches. All right, and the next thing to do is just to go ahead and create the design that we have on the pocket, and this is very easy to do. What you need to do is just to fold your pattern, all right, like so, and you're going to come to the edge here and come up by 1 inch, all right. And after doing that, the next thing to do is just to connect from that 1 inch to the center like so, all right. Connect like so, and we're going to cut out this part. And here, this is what the pocket will look like. And for the pocket cover, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it into 2, and we're going to come up by 1 inch, and from that 1 inch we're going to connect like so, and we're going to cut it. So here guys, I went ahead to use the pattern to cut out a material exactly the same size as the paper, and what I did here was to iron stay on it, and I also went ahead to fold in 1/2 inch on all the sides except the top there, as you can see right here. For the pocket cover here, I went ahead to cut out 2 pieces for the pocket cover, and I also went ahead to iron a stay on it, all right. I cut exactly what I have on the pattern, all right. Next, we're just going to align the right side facing the right side. We're going to stitch it all the way like so. And here it is after stitching it, all right. And the next thing I'll do is just to cut out these excesses at the side, and after cutting out, I'll just turn it inside out. So this is it after turning it inside out and giving it a good press. And the next thing we need to do is to attach the pocket details to the front side. And the next thing to do is to place the pocket, all right. And to do that, I'll just go ahead and measure my waistline, all right. And that is where we're going to be placing the pocket. So here guys, I'll just go ahead and fold the pocket by 1 inch from the top, and I'll iron it. Having done that, we are going to align our pocket correctly, all right, and we are going to top stitch the pocket on the stripe area like so, all right, and we're going to top stitch neatly, okay. And that's exactly what I've done here. I went ahead to top stitch the pocket on the material like so, all right. And the next thing we need to do is just to come up by 1/2 inch away from our pocket, all right, and we are going to stitch our pocket cover on that 1/2 inch like so. And that's exactly what I've done here. And the next thing to do is to flip the pocket cover to the other side like so, and we are going to stitch on it like so, all right. We're going to top stitch on the pocket, all right, top stitch like so. Right here guys, I've already gone ahead to top stitch on the pocket cover, and this is what we have, all right. And the next thing to do is just to go ahead and put a button on the pocket cover, all right. You can actually go ahead and create buttonhole for this pocket, all right. And up next guys, we are going to use our facing to turn the neckline of the front and also the back piece. And right here guys, I've already gone ahead to use the facing to turn the neckline, all right, as you can see right here, and I did the same thing to the back piece also. And the next thing we need to do is just to connect both the back piece and the front piece together. And that's exactly what I've done here. I've joined the sides, I've joined the necklines together and all that. And here I also went ahead to cut out sleeves for this dress, all right. And here we have a band here on the sleeve, okay. And the next thing I'll just do is just to go ahead and connect this sleeve to the main body. All right guys, so this is it after attaching the sleeve and also the zipper to the back. I also went ahead to hem the bottom part, and here is our dress,